day after Israel and Hezbollah teetered on the edge of full-scale war, Israel resumed its bombardment of Gaza. The renewed assault comes as efforts to broker a ceasefire in Cairo failed to yield any agreement, raising the question, what is happening with the truce talks? And do the stakeholders really want a peace plan? Here's more.
While the world hopes for a breakthrough in the Cairo ceasefire talks, West Asia has once again erupted into chaos. Israel resumed its relentless assault on Gaza while narrowly avoiding an all-out war with Hezbollah. The besieged Palestinian enclave is once again braving a hail of bombs, trapping its residents in an endless cycle of destruction and despair. Israeli forces are also seen intensifying ground operations, with footage showing soldiers conducting door-to-door searches and engaging Hamas fighters directly. The injured and displaced Gazans were evacuated from hospitals in the war-torn region, underscoring the dire humanitarian crisis.
ضربوا الدار من غير ولا سابق انذار ولا اي تحذير نزلت الدار دغري ضربوا الدار من غير ما يحذروا حدا
ما زال تحت هذا الركام يوجد عدد من الشهداء والاشلاء ما دام الاشلاء هذول معظمهم من النساء والرجال والشيوخ نائمين في بيوت امنه تم استهدافهم من طرف الاحتلال الاسرائيلي الطيران الحربي.
The displaced and injured Gazans are being transported out of Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital after Israeli evacuation orders for nearby areas in Deir al-Balah. A father forced to hold his injured son with a drip attached to his body, the injured people being told to flee. Everyone here has only one question: where should we go?
We went to Rafah and had to leave. Then we went to Khan Yunis but had to leave. Then we came to Deir and settled down. We came here to settle down and now they want us to leave. Where will we go? We have nowhere to go.
On Sunday, the region came dangerously close to a wider war with Israel, using around 100 jets to pound Hezbollah locations. Israel launched one of the biggest attacks against the Lebanese group. The Iranian-backed fighters responded with fury, firing over 300 rockets and drones. For now, both parties seem to have fallen back, but the tensions remain palpable. Back in Cairo, talks aimed at securing a ceasefire in Gaza have collapsed once again. Hamas rejected the new conditions put forward by Israel, casting serious doubt on the chances of any breakthrough in the ongoing conflict. The hostilities have claimed over 40,000 Palestinian lives so far, according to Gaza's health ministry. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
From Washington, D.C., retired Colonel Rich Outson, a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council and the Jamestown Foundation, is joining us live. Colonel, welcome back to WION, and thank you so much for joining us. Israel and Hezbollah, it appears, walked away from what many thought looked like an all-out war. So what do you expect from here on out?
Hi, Susan. It's good to be with you. I think Hezbollah's strategy has been pretty consistent here, which is they're putting pressure on the Israeli side through what some have called a war of small steps. And that is a constant low-level series of attacks to make life unlivable along the border zone. So there's tens of thousands of Israelis from the northern areas of Israel that are displaced in Tel Aviv and elsewhere. And I think Hezbollah is trying to impose a cost on Israel by continuing a low level of fighting that causes the Israelis to be on a high state of alert, but does not prompt a massive ground invasion or massive retaliation from Israel. And so far, they seem content to do that. It does make them look like they're certainly not in control. Hezbollah, that is, they don't have a massive retaliation for some of the painful attacks Israel has visited upon them and their Iranian sponsors. But at the same time, it makes life unlivable for the Israelis. So I think we'll see this continued war of small steps by Hezbollah until Israel decides it's time for a major operation.
And these ceasefire talks have collapsed again. The United States continues to say that it's hopeful, but many are asking, is there light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, two things are clear from the perspective of Washington. The first is that the Biden administration would prefer to have a ceasefire and an end to the war. But secondly, that they will not force the Israelis to do that. The Israelis have said, we're going to continue fighting until we have control of the Egypt-Gaza border. And they do not want Hamas to maintain its military structure and security control of the Strip. They will continue until they've either killed Yahya Sinwar or achieved this goal of total control over security conditions in the Gaza Strip. And Washington does not seem intent on stopping them before that happens.
All right, Colonel Richardson, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for that analysis. And I look forward to speaking to you again very soon.
Thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.